So it's Saturday, which means resume reviews. Thanks for sending them in. I appreciate each and every one of you. I do have a little bit of a wait list right now, but luckily there's a Patreon perk if you want that. It's in the description. It's 35 bucks. I'll review your resume basically right away and send it back to you. But there's a Discord link in the description. Sure to join that. And let me say thanks to the patrons. We got Vlaslo, the Martin Fee, Aubrey, Daniel, DJ. Did I say Craig? I don't forget you, Craig. I remember you, Craig. Yeah, if you've ever consider supporting someone's vlog educate. I don't know what I'm doing with that. Also, if you want to become a developer, there's a whole bunch of links in the description. They help support the channel, just being transparent. So I'd appreciate it if you check those out. Also, my website's down there. I'm currently upgrading it. Gonna have a whole bunch of info there for you soon. Yeah, let's jump into these resumes. Thanks for hanging out in the chat. Thanks for sending me your resume. All right, so let's start at these skills here. React, blah, 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 blah. Adaptability. Okay, so what we need to do with these skills, we need to organize them a little bit. They're a little bit all over the place. You got your front end, InDesign, Photoshop, SketchUp, looking good. A lot of front end stuff. Got some Redux, MongoDB, right? A couple things. You have a GitHub. I know you have a GitHub, so that means that you've done stuff with version control. So maybe add version control here. And then maybe Git Flow. What about Atomic Design? I bet you know what that is. Like, those are good skills you could talk about there. Education. All right. This goes down the bottom. We got interests. Looks good. I would put that somewhere, I don't know, maybe here. I know that like messes up your spacing a little bit, but I would feel out the interest section. It's not necessarily... You know, people judge people, and so you just have to be careful with if you talk about too much personal stuff when you're applying to a job. They just want to see if you can do the stuff, and then they'll be friends with you later. They're not being like, hey, can I be friends with you? Like, talk about your interests in the cover letter, right? That's what, if you get the vibe that they're all about culture and stuff, you'll put that on your cover letter, talk about it, and then maybe leave a little tiny section here on your resume. We got projects, look good. You got your links. Kill these long URLs. Just make links. Make me, like, what if I can like click on the title? That'd be cool. We got Owl Find, yep, again with the link. I think that you could separate your descriptions of these out here. So we got creative, maintained, e-commerce, and then like, so that's a section, and then helped plan, small design, right? Another section, prepared upload ready list for Shopify. Like that's 3 bullet points instead of 1 bullet point. I think that'd look pretty good. Yeah, just like you have done here. No first person, looking good. Contact info, the little doggo icon. Put your contact info up here. I think that's make it simple for them to contact you. At least like it's pretty typical for you to have like an email or something up here. But you got your little blurb about yourself. Now looks good. But projects, experience. I mean, as far as this goes, like this checks out. The reason maybe that we put your education is because they're gonna look at this and I don't know. It might not mean a whole lot, especially in the tech field. Like this is good, you can communicate, that's for sure. But you're applying to like a software job, so. This part here is good though. They might see this and they might be like, oh, another Codecademy person, or they might look at your stuff and be like, oh wow, yo, these Codecademy people. You know what I'm saying? I know it's not Codecademy, it's Origin Code Academy, but you get what I'm saying. So Irene, this is a good resume. There's a couple modifications. Again, they're subjective, my opinion. Just a couple things I would like clean up, but 1 page, looking good. Thanks for sending it in, and the doggos say hi back. All right, so we got Carlos here. You got your LinkedIn, GitHub, looks good. Where's your portfolio? I'm gonna need a link to that portfolio. Also, I'm gonna need like yeah, you included your phone number. I just already blocked that out. Working on this, that. All right, you need to break this out. You can talk about like this stuff in a cover letter, right? So bullet point these out. Use action verbs. Junior software developer, backend developer for SmartSoft. Looks good. This solution. Oh, I like how you link to this solution. That's next level right there. Design, okay. We need more stuff like this, like backend developer. Like I get what you did, but we need more stuff like this down here that says exactly what you did, and then maybe have another bullet point for design solution or something maybe. You have this type your text thing here in the middle of the page. I don't know what that is. Maybe when you try to do it as PDF, you clicked once in the middle of the page or something. I don't know, but remove that. Research, data structures, web development. So this looks good, right? Guided third semester students. Just I would break this apart a little bit, right? It's a little bit, in my opinion, it's a little bit difficult to read. Recent projects looks good. Web page repository. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, I can immediately find those. All right, so you see how you have this clickable link and this clickable link? You need to do the same thing with your LinkedIn and your GitHub. Technical skills. You got languages, frameworks, English. For the most part, I feel like this job is done mostly in English. I mean, I guess you can keep that. I don't know. I don't know how much that has affected you. But I like how this is organized. We have awards and activities. Looks good. Oh, do we have a second page? No second page, and no education included at all. Hey, and that's fine, right? People ask me that. What if you didn't go to school at all? Oh, you do have education. Apparently I'm blind. Expected graduation. But anyways, if you don't have an education, that's fine. Just do what this is. This exact setup negates having it because it's at the bottom anyways. They want to see what you can do, what you've done, how much of what you've done. They just want to see your history so they can look into it. Then they can decide if they want to give you a test or not. Awards and activities, first place, member of ACM. Other than that, this is really good. Maybe just organize it, and then if you wanted, maybe add some color, style it up a little bit, maybe change the font that you have in bold here, right? Just to mix things up a little bit. Like you have two different, or I guess three. You got blue, black, and then this gray. Maybe mix up the font a little bit with a couple of these areas, and I think it would take it to the next level. And then if you want to add a little splash of color in there, and that'd be all right. Carlos, this is good stuff, man. Thanks for sending it in. Just make these changes, and you'll be good to go. All right, so we got Solhyun up first. Okay, there's a couple things missing, but let's talk about these links over here. You need to make these links a lot shorter than what they are. Right now you have everything typed out. Just put an icon and make it clickable. That goes to the link, like linkedin.com/ like github.com. Like I get it, right? So I should just be able to click this. One other thing that we're missing here that needs to be added is a summary. Like, what do you like to do? You like C, C++, you like backend technologies, visualization, maybe D3.js. I just picked that randomly. Programming languages and technologies. Excellent, proficient, familiar. Don't do this to yourself. Don't assign yourself a proficiency to a certain language. Like, they're going to find out when they interview you or give you a code test. Otherwise, familiar to you means something totally different to someone else. So maybe the HR lady thinks proficient is not enough, but proficient in the CTO's manager's eyes would be like, yeah, this is more than enough. But they'd be like, well, they said fluent, so proficient must, nope, that's not good, must mean excellent. Like, you're eliminating yourself by assigning yourself a skill level before someone else can get to it. So don't do that. Take this away. And then what I would do is organize this into the different types of technology. So you have C and C++, I don't know, some really low-level stuff. And then you have Java, JavaScript. Organize this in the front end, so Redux, JavaScript, React, HTML, CSS. Yeah, organize this in the front end, back end, low-level frameworks. You have GitHub, so you need to talk about version control also. So that's what I do for here. Full stack developer at Kairos Future. You got links, that looks good. You have a duplicate link here. You don't really need another link for the same website. Okay, so let's talk about the formatting of your experience. Full stack developer at, okay, so and then we say the country, then we say the dates, and then underneath it says got a promotion after an internship, continue to develop. What does that mean? What did you actually develop? Continue to develop what? What is that? Full stack developer. Okay, so same thing. What I would do is just remove this whole got a promotion thing. That's typical. That's what happens. Like that. This is more for LinkedIn. You don't put this on your resume. Just put the different companies that you worked at, and then put the years. And then when they go look at your LinkedIn, they'll be able to see the different positions that you had. Because basically your skills just got added onto, your responsibilities just got expanded, but nothing in here really changed to warrant another like bullet point. Mostly focused. You need to separate these out into bullet points. Integrated droppable zones, implemented, thinking about changing those words up, and then format this so I can read it. Like, I get that these are separate sentences now because I'm looking at it, but like from the first glance, this looks like a giant paragraph, and I can't really tell what I'm looking at. So I would just bold this here, and then add your bullet points here, and here. Full stack developer. Yep, you got your dates. Got a link that I can go to. Looks good. Oh, you got projects, tank wars. I can click on all these. So bullet point these out, what you did exactly. Don't give me a paragraph. You can tell me about what you did in a descriptive form on your cover letter, on your LinkedIn, or in the interview, but don't do that here. Don't write paragraphs here. Just put exactly what technologies you used, how you used it, and the result of what happened from using that technology. Do the same thing for the rest of these projects. We have education, yep, down here at the bottom. Everything else looks good. So add that little blurb about yourself, and then I noticed that you don't actually have a portfolio website. You have GitHub, email, LinkedIn, but you don't have a portfolio website. Also, you're not including your email and address. So I don't know if that's normal in Turkey, but typically you have email, but address and phone number is what I mean. I think that's about it. So make those changes, and I think you'll be in good shape. All right, next up we got Dan from Romania. So you have your birth date. Don't do this. Number one, don't put your birthday there. The reason is because there's ageism in this industry. People care. People say they don't care how old you are, but people actually care. So low key, you can't discriminate on how old someone is, but people do. That's why you never put your birthday. Remove that. That is not good. I'm gonna need a link to your LinkedIn. I'm gonna need a link to your GitHub. I'm gonna need a link to your portfolio. You got a little blurb here. It looks good. I'd put that underneath your personal info. You have a profile. I don't necessarily know if I would put I'm willing to relocate and continue in Germany. Like, I get that you're being specific there, but I would wait till you get a little further in the job application process with a company before you're like specifying will or will not being a admirer of German culture. So I get it. You want to work in Germany, I guess. However, I don't think you necessarily need to put that part if you're applying to jobs only in Germany, which I am going to imagine that's what you're doing. All right, technologies, yep, looks good. I really like this. I like your little font awesome icons. Having said that, you can remove this one though, since you have a duplicate and it's literally the same icon. Projects. So you do have links here. It says link GitHub, and then it says link GitHub, and then you have like another YouTube link. So you don't have to put link and then attach like the whole hyperlink. Just make this clickable. Just put YouTube, right? Just make YouTube and then make that underlined and clickable. And GitHub underlined and clickable. Make it easy for me to find these. I don't wanna click a lot, right? Or if that's what the people reviewing your resume, you get like 4 seconds of someone's time. So just be conscious of that when you're making some, like, I have to copy this, I have to open a browser, I have to paste that in, go there, make sure it's the thing that I'm looking for, and then come back and be like, all right, now what did this do again? Okay, yep, makes sense, checks out. Like, that's a lot for someone to do that's just like, yo, do you match or not? Let's see, work experience, web dev, looks good. Can I get like a link to this? Something to see what these companies are? Soft skills. These are all things that you need to have if you want to work in this industry anyways. You can't be like, I have these and other people don't have these, because everyone in this industry should have these. This is just like a requirement. This isn't like something that you might have that sets you apart. This is just like you're filling the requirements right here. So I would remove these soft skills unless you have like experience with sales and contracts, landed $4 million contract for company X at like, something like that. That would make sense, but it doesn't make sense to include these because, like, empathetic, like if you're a human being, you should be empathetic. Striving to improve each day, desire to learn, and fast learner. That's the same thing. Time management, like you need to have that because deadlines. Dedicated to your goals. I mean, I guess that's good. That's diligence, perseverance. but you should probably have that if you're going to be in this industry anyways. Motivating other people to better themselves. That's a good one. Like if you like helping other people out. Out of all of these, I'd say I like motivating and training, because you could change motivating people into training people or working with people. Another thing here, we have a typo. You have 2 commas, I guess, back to back. It looks like a typo. Bachelor of Computer Science. Yep, looks good. Volunteering. Okay, yeah, you can leave volunteering on here. Certificates. Yeah, so you have your LinkedIn, your GitHub here at the bottom. Don't do that. Put those up here at the top. Make it easy for me. Like this doesn't, I don't think this warrants its entire section. Like these can just be little font awesome icons up here, and then I can just click them. You don't have to divide out another section, especially because we're already at 2 pages. It should be at like 1 page. We need to limit this stuff. Volunteering. Yeah, we can keep the volunteering. Looks okay. Languages, Romanian, English, German. I think that you're limiting yourself. They're going to find out in the interview. But I know in Europe they're more language conscious. I don't necessarily know if I'd put 190, 70%. Like, don't rate yourselves for reasons that I talked about in the last resume. Don't do that. Just put the qualifications that you have, and then when they talk to you, they'll figure out if you know how to speak German or not. Don't, like, because this is a subjective thing, right? Like, yeah, you passed the test, you got the certification, whatever you needed, but it's still subjective. Like, you can pass a test but not be good at something. Just the same as, like, you cannot pass a test and still be really good at something. And so these sorts of skills are subjective, so you just need to wait until you get to the interview. So training, machine learning, yep, looks good. But again, I would take these certificates, because these are pretty awesome, pretty technical certificates. I'd put these up here at the top, bro. Like, come up here. Maybe put it underneath your skills. Yeah, maybe projects, work experience. Maybe, yeah, like above soft skills. Okay, so I think we can squish some white space and get this all on 1 page, if I'm being honest. You can move this up here, right? So move this up there. Technical skills, yep, projects. Soft skills, you can kill this section entirely. This motivating people you can talk about in your cover letter, so we can just get rid of that space. Volunteering, I would flip-flop these, to be honest. I put education below that. And then languages, that's good, but I feel like you could put this in your skills section, because right here you have technical skills, right? Why don't you just put your languages right there? Like, that's another way you can eliminate some space. Certificates, you have a lot of white space here, here, here. And then you have this entire bottom section, which you don't need, because you have a whole section up here that you could put those same icons, or you could put them up above where I can click on them. I think that's about it. So try and get this down to 1 page, and I think you can do it. You have some good stuff here. So shorten these links also. Yeah. Dan, I think you're good to go. Good stuff. Thanks for sending it in.